Well, I tell you what, there are not many things in this world quite as invigorating as a rattlesnake warning you that you have gotten too close. I'm so dumb. I heard movement to the side of me. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep going. And then I heard movement, and then I saw this huge fucking snake. And so me acting like a tourist, I'm like, oh, I've got to get my camera. And as I reached for my camera, it started to rattle. So I did not. That's the second time I've seen a rattlesnake, and it warned me that I'm too close. But I wonder, how often do I just walk by a rattlesnake? Because if it hadn't made a little movement, I'd have had no idea it was there. And here I'm like deep in the forest. I've been more concerned about ticks. But, you know, the good thing to know, and I'm not trying to be foolish or anything, because I come to the forest, and if my demise comes through a rattlesnake, then I deserve it. But, or a bear, or, you know, anything out here. And here, my biggest worries have been getting Lyme disease from a tick. And it's like, you know, there's always a metaphorical lesson. Some of us definitely like adventure, and sometimes that's to our demise, but sometimes it's to our great wonderment, and it's worth it. Like, look at where I am. This is fucking beautiful. Anyway, I don't know. I just felt like I had to document that, boy, if I was stuck in my head, if I was feeling tired, whatever was going on prior to that rattlesnake, I ain't feeling any of that now. Oh my God, look how pretty it is. But it's so funny. So I will get a video of the lady in the waterfall. She tricked me. I thought I was going to some brand new exploration of trails I've never been on before. Oh, there's been butterflies everywhere. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Squirrel, butterfly, no. And I ended up, it was a different place. It was a different trail that brought me right to her. So somehow I have a connection to this beautiful waterfall. Yeah, I just wanted to share. There's so much, you know, I've been thinking about making a video on. I think I might talk about the astrology. But either way, I'll share footage of the lady. And what else was I going to say? Just, it's intense right now. Yeah, it's really fucking intense right now. So if you or people you know are really going through it right now, well, and I might as well talk about the astrology here too. So the biggest thing is that Jupiter is coming into a square with Saturn. And those are two opposing energies anyway. And I don't like to look at duality. Are they opposing, or are they as necessary as, you know, for a breath to be complete, you need an in-breath as well as an out-breath. And so that's really what Jupiter and Saturn are. Jupiter is expansion and Saturn is contraction. And if we could see it more as that, as taking a deep breath, but when they come into square with each other, it creates conflict. And so I don't know how we would compare that to a breath. I guess, you know, if you feel like a victim, it could be a lot like choking. I'm choking, I'm helpless, you know. And if you are able to work with the energy, then it could be more enlivening and enlightening as breath work. Years and years ago, decades ago, I used to work with this a Hopi medicine wheel book, and the author was Mary Lou Lorlair, but she had like a accent over the O, or some sort of symbol over the O, so I'm not sure if I say her name right, but very cool book. Healing with the medicine wheel or something. It was a Hopi, I don't know. I always want to talk about the books that have taught me and inspired me. But in that, one of the most profound breath works I've ever found in my life, and it's almost impossible to do, is you breathe into the count of 12, you hold to the count of 12, you breathe out to the count of 12, you hold to the count of 12, and you do 7 cycles. And they would call it like a little death, because you literally, your body can think it's dying because it's intense, especially when you're holding the out breath for that long. And then when you start to breathe in, to discipline yourself to do it to the count of 12, and definitely will shift your consciousness. And so it was delightful. Like a week or two ago, I was watching the Pele report with Kaipacha, and he had a much more simplified version of that, which he called box breathing. Was it his video or his newsletter? I don't know. Probably his video. Box breathing, where you do it to the count of 4, and you do 4 repetitions of that. So you breathe into the count of 4, you hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, and you do 4 repetitions, or maybe 12. You know, you can, there is sacredness to numbers. Sorry, I feel little things at my legs, and every living thing reminds me of my cat. It's all playing with me. She likes to play tag with me and grab my legs under the bed. And I had like a little spider on my head. I'm like, what is on my head? And then it came down on a spider web, and I'm like, oh, that's what it was. That's cool. I definitely am coming into my crone years. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So coming back to, I don't even know how I got off on the tangent of breath work, but hey, if that helps somebody. Oh, because I was talking about Jupiter and Saturn, and how you can work with the energy. And, you know, especially when you do the 12 version of it, that can be quite intense. And I think that's a good comparison of Jupiter square Saturn. And it's going to be exact, I think, on the 14th of August. I could be wrong, but it's going to stay kind of exact for a few days. And then Mars is going to join in, and Mars will be square Saturn. So Mars will be conjunct Jupiter, and then Mars will be squaring Saturn on the 16th. I just have to laugh because I'm a singer, and I don't gig very often anymore. I'm a mom, and I got other things going on. But of course, we have this big street festival gig on August 16th. And I'm already seeing evidence of that square energy. But sometimes you just have to surrender. Sometimes you just need to breathe and say, maybe I need to loosen up instead of tightening up. So I don't know. I guess that's my little nature walk talk for now. Peace and love. This is the lady. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a head at the top, and then her arm kind of goes back and then is down, and then her body comes down, and she's like sitting on the waterfall, and then her legs come down. But that's the lady. Are you free? Are you free? Are you free? Are you happy? Are you free? Are you free? Are you free? Ooh, happy. Do you know that you are you? Do you know that you are me? Are you free? Are you free? Are you free? Are you happy?